Hello everyone, my name is Nadia Lubavskaya and I'm Financial Crime Compliance Partner at TFC Compliance. Today I would like to talk about the impact of COVID-19 on the trade-based money laundering. In the past few months we have all been affected by the impact of COVID, and there have been lots of talks about its impact on the global economy. However, very little has been said about the impact of this COVID on the money laundering field. In the meantime, many people have become victims of telephone fraud and phishing. And it's not that this type of fraud hasn't been around before COVID, but rather new subtypes of this fraudulent activity have occurred. In the case with telephone fraud, criminals have been calling victims pretending to be hospital officials and requesting payments for the medical treatment of a relative which has fallen sick with COVID. In the case with phishing, victims would receive emails claiming to be from health authorities and requesting for personal credentials or credit card details, or open an email with malware attachment which will subsequently grant access to the victim's computer. But let's have a look at what type of trade-related crimes have actually become prevailing during the pandemic. The first one is manipulation of losses and request for the governmental support for a small business which appears to be loss-making on its balance sheet. However, not all businesses have actually become loss-making and stopped operating during the pandemic. Some businesses have actually started flourishing and yet requesting for the governmental support. How exactly they were doing this? Well, by simply manipulating their balance sheet, reflecting losses rather than profits. And you might ask what exactly they were spending this money for once they become entitled for the financial support from the government. On the example with the UK, some businesses have started investing in, although it's prohibited, they started investing in purchasing residential real estate. The second type of crimes is manipulation of prices. When the demand for certain goods increases, so is the prices for this type of goods also increase. Would you call this market abuse? Well, probably not, because most sellers have been following very common economic principle. High demand increases supply, and what is in high demand also automatically increases prices. But at the same time, inflating prices and not reflecting the surplus of cash on the balance sheet is actually a predicate offense of money laundering. Of course, you should bear in mind that not all sellers have been increasing their prices, and those sellers who have actually increased their prices have been doing so due to very legitimate reasons. For example, increased shipping costs, or if their products have been stuck at the borderline with another jurisdiction due to closed border lines, and as a result they had to pay daily duties to the port's officials. So what advice can be given to the financial crime experts? First and foremost, raise awareness and try to compare the nature of the business of your client, whether it's a new client or existing client, with the reflection of the figures on the balance sheet. Also, try to make checks on whether the business of the client has expanded either in foreign jurisdiction or locally, and whether the business have made any investments in purchasing residential or commercial real estate, and what type of funds have been used for that. I hope you enjoyed this video and it's been helpful for you. If you like, please follow us and subscribe, and for more information you can visit our website on www.tfccompliance.com. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.